Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're taking a look at this guy right here, 3 Wishes. A little tiny game, mostly just cards, a few little wooden cubes, for 3 to 5 players, kind of like a deduction game almost, because you're trying to get a set of 3 different cards. Before you can declare the end of the game. You have to wait 4 rounds before you can do that. Well, on the 4th round you can declare the end of the game if you have the cards that you are needing. So it's pretty light, pretty fast. Let me show you. So in a game of 3 Wishes, your basic, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to get 3 different kinds of wishes. You can either get superpowers, which are denoted by this little thing right here, and they're things like mind reading and that type of stuff, or you can get world harmony wishes, which is stuff like, you know, hey, why not world peace, or you're trying to get gifts. Now, you want to get one of each of these. Now, for example, this one's a spaceship, so forth, and you want to get one of each of these and then end the game on your turn. And then whoever has the most points, denoted by the cards that they have in front of them, is the winner of the game if you have one of each kind in front of you. So the way it would go is that, first of all, you would take out any cards. For example, we're taking we're doing a 4-player game right now, so you would take out the cards that have the 5-player symbols on them right here on the side of the card, where, you know, there's 5 dots, means these cards are only used in 5-player games. So you take those and you get them out of the game, and then you take the deck, you shuffle it up, and you remove the top card from the game and don't show it to anybody. Then you take the first 2 off the top and put them in the center of the table so that everybody can do it, and then everybody gets 3 cards in front of them. Then, once everybody has 3 cards, you can look at one of them. So I'm going to go ahead and look, and I can see here that I have a gift, which is a cornucopia. Now, the cornucopia has a special thing here where it says double your total score. If you have a complete set of both of the 2 X cards, you win. All right, so if I don't have a complete set, I'm going to get to double my total score. If I do have a complete set, I automatically win, no matter, you know, what the point total is. All right, so I am able to look at one of them, and then I put them all face down in front of me. Now, once that's been done, the playing area will look something similar to this, and then everybody is also given a player reference sheet as well. For example, this says that during your turn, you can take 2 actions. So you can peek at any card in front of any player or in the center, or you can switch the position of any 2 cards. In other words, you can switch the position of these 2 cards, you can switch the position of these 2 cards, or you can switch the position of these 2 cards. It really doesn't matter. Any 2 cards can switch positions if you choose to do that. And then you can shuffle your 3 cards together, look at one of them, and then put them back face down on your thing. Or you can declare the end of the game. Now, of course, the only time you would really declare the end of the game is if you know for sure that you have one of each of the 3 different kinds of wishes, and so being that you're hopefully going to win the game if you have the most victory points. On my turn, I could peek at, I know what this one is because that's where I place it, so I'm going to peek at this one, and it's a superpower. And if you remember, this one was a gift, so now I have one of the 2 different kinds of cards that I need for winning. And then if I wanted to, I could peek at this one as well, so that I know what I have in front of me. I could peek at this, I could peek at that, or I could do the switch or the shuffle. It doesn't really matter. You could do any 2 of these actions on your turn. So let's say I've peeked at that one. I'm going to go ahead and peek at this one as well. Okay, now I know that they have a World Harmony card on their right-hand side, is right there. So that's the end of my turn. Then it would go to the other person's turn. And then it would come back to me, and I'd be able to do 2 actions again. So I'm going to go ahead and peek at this one. All right, it's a gift. So now that I know that this one and this one are gifts, but I need one of them to be a World Harmony card. So that was a peek. Now I can switch. I know that this one, because I looked at it last and it hasn't changed, is a World Harmony card. So I'm going to switch the position of these 2 cards like that. and that's the end of my turn. Once 3 rounds have gone by, on the 4th round, you're able to declare the end of the game, as noted here. So in the first 3 rounds of the game, you cannot declare the end of the game, but at the beginning of the 4th round, now you're able to do that. So at the beginning of the 4th round, I know that I have one of each of these here. So I'm going to go ahead and declare the end of the game. At that point, we turn all of our cards over, like so, and you check to see who has won. So after triggering the end of the game, everybody has flipped over their cards, and now we see who has the most points. Now, it just so happened that everybody was able to get one of each of the different kinds. That's not always going to happen, but let's just say that it did for the purpose of this game right here. So what we would do is we would take the victory points and total them all together. So I have 4, 5, but because I have this one, it's a 2-timer, so this is actually a 10-point spread here. So I have 10 points. Over here, this person has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points based on their victory points here, and over here, 2, 4 points. But this person had the time travel card, which states at the very top, if you have this at the end of the game, you lose. So it doesn't matter what their point total is, they automatically lose. They cannot win. Over here, we have 2, 5, 6 points. So from these 4 tableaus, this player had the most points, so they would win the game, and they would get one of these little red cubes to put in front of them, like so. Then you would play another game, and you would play until somebody has 5 of these red cubes in front of them, with the caveat being that if the same player wins the next hand, then they would get to add 2 red cubes to their hand instead of only 1. Okay? And if somebody else wins that second hand, they would add 1 to their pool, and so forth and so on. So whoever has 5 cubes first is the winner. So each round probably only takes the 3 to 5 minutes that's posted here on the box. And you can play as many rounds as you want, really. You don't even have to stick to the victory point cubes here that I just showed you. So that is 3 Wishes from Passport Studios. And it is a game that I enjoyed playing. It's probably not one that I'm going to request because it is so short. And you know, usually when I sit down to a game, I want to be able to kind of sink my teeth into it and chew on it for a while and really get the most out of my experience. This one kind of felt like it was over before it actually began. You know, once I started to have all of the, what I needed to do and all that was kind of clicking in my mind, the game was over. And I understand that it's just a filler game. It's just one of those games that's kind of a palate cleanser between the bigger games that you maybe are playing that evening. But I just wanted it to be more. Now, having said all that, for a filler game, it's actually pretty fun. It's not boring. It's not long enough to be boring, quite frankly. And it's one of those games that you have to be on your toes in order to make sure that you remember the cards that you have, remember the cards that you've looked at for the other people to kind of keep them from winning while you're trying to win. It just has that give and take kind of feel to it. So I enjoyed the game. It's just not one of the ones that I would be requesting. So take that for what it's worth. A fun, neat little filler game. It's called 3 Wishes. Go check it out. We'll see you on the flip side.